you know what it means to truly be scared? If you've ever played Five Nights at Epstein's, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Lately, a goofy browser game has been sweeping America, invading homes and schools, and its name is Five Nights at Epstein's. A truly horrifying and bullshit experience. It's just Five Nights at Freddy's, but Epstein. And while I don't go to school anymore, thank God, apparently Five Nights at Epstein's has been a real big trend in schools. This is just one of those examples of something fucking stupid or possibly concerning to some people, just catching waves in schools. It's just how it is, because kids are fucking stupid. You know, I don't say that to only just be condescending. Like, when I was a kid, I was a fucking idiot, you know? Just a fundamental fact of reality that kids are fucking stupid. So they'll latch onto some shit like Happy Wheels or Five Nights at Epstein's or Five Nights at Freddy's. This is literally Five Nights at Freddy's again. You know, it's the scary thing. So it just becomes real big with kids. But I've got this fun little video from ABC4 Utah. This is such a nothing burger video, but I just want to like basically archive this whole event here. You know, I don't really have too much to add to this conversation, but in a year from now, when we've all forgotten that this happened, I really want to just have this video to come back to and just remember all the silly times. But yeah, let's see what a ABC4 Utah has to say about Five Nights at Epstein's catching fire in schools.
Well, now at 10, it's a startling gaming trend with children sparking outrage for some parents in a Utah school district. That game, Five Nights at Epstein's. Our Jake White spoke with a concerned parent who wants schools now to get involved.
But right off the bat, I think this kind of situation is a little more nuanced and interesting than something like Five Nights at Freddy's, where the exact same shit was happening. Where I think it's kind of silly. It's reasonable, but at the end of the day, pretty silly for parents to be concerned about Five Nights at Freddy's. Whereas this is Five Nights at Epstein's. Now, to these kids, he's probably just as much of a character as Freddy Fazbear. But Jeffrey Epstein is a child sex trafficker. He was the worst of the worst. So, like, kids playing a game with Epstein in his house is honestly kind of a fucking sick and twisted idea. But it is kind of silly at the end of the day. I don't really think anyone should really care because it's not a great game. It's not like anyone's going to get actually fucking sucked to it. I want to complain for just a quick second about Five Nights at Epstein's. I played it, and it's bullshit. You know, when someone's on the camera, they're not on the fucking camera. Maybe it was just the version I was playing, but no one shows up on the goddamn cameras. So essentially, you just hug like Cam 11 and then you press the audio button. It's even worse than FNAF 3 because you can't even fucking see what's going on in the camera. You can't even see Epstein or Trump or Stephen Hawking or whoever. Or I don't know if there's any more, but like you can't even see these guys. They didn't even go through the effort of photoshopping them onto the shit. It's fucking stupid. It's a terrible gameplay loop. Somehow worse than FNAF 3. All that to say, this is not a game kids will be playing for very long, I think. I think they'll just go back to chess. And again, also saying all this, kids wouldn't be playing this shit if you didn't ban chess.com or coolmathgames.com. So instead they have to go to itch.io and play fucking Five Nights at Epstein's. Schools need to get their fucking priorities set straight. That's all I gotta say. Whoever sets the parameters of the browsers and shit, total bullshit. Oh my god, dude. Also, okay, now I just have to complain about this because it's fucking stupid. Right before COVID, all of us students, we could like customize our Google accounts a little bit. Like we could change our profile pictures. We could change the wallpapers on our laptops. It was so cool. It was like some personality to each of our computers, and that was super sick. I was very happy with that. And then right before COVID, like the couple months before COVID, or maybe it was the start of 8th grade, I don't remember. Either way, it was the exact same year. They just turned that off. They changed the wallpapers to be all the exact same, just like school logo. And they locked all of our profile pictures. So for the rest of my school career, my profile picture was Megumine. That was pretty fucking cringe. That was never supposed to stay. That was a really long-winded way to say school computers are a fucking scourge.
Parents took to social media, asking fellow parents in the Kearns community if they've ever heard of a disturbing video game that her son admitted to playing at school on the laptop that the Granite School District provides. The game?
I think it's disgusting.
5 Nights on Epstein's Island that can be played on several websites for free.
I just want to call out ABC4 Utah here. They literally have footage of it scrolling over and over 5 Nights at Epstein's, and they somehow still fucked up the name. They call it 5 Nights at Epstein's Island. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It literally takes you 5 seconds to look at the footage you have on screen, and this probably wasn't assembled when you were recording the voiceover, but I don't care. Someone who wrote that script should have looked at the basic raw footage that you had while you did this shit. Or you just remember. It's such a small thing, but holy shit, that is actually inexcusable.
These photos you see here during the game might look a little familiar. That's because these are actual photos of the inside of Epstein's Virgin Island home on Little St. James.
Yeah, when I first booted that shit up, I had no idea what to expect, and seeing it was literally just photos of his house. It made me squirm a little bit. I will say it's genuinely kind of a creepy atmosphere, but that's absolutely no kudos to the creator. This is a sex offender's house.
Michelle Martinez says her child has played the game and is devastated. Her child now knows something as horrific as Jeffrey Epstein's crimes.
I was upset at the fact that he knew anything about Epstein.
Well, this game tells you nothing about Epstein. In fact, the only thing that it could is redacted. So I think in the same thing as Diddy, these kids are like, Epstein, Epstein, Diddy Epstein. They don't actually know who these people are or what they did. They just know these names. It's kind of fucking annoying, you know, but kids are stupid. That's it. It's just kids are stupid. They'll bring up horrible people who've done horrible things, but they don't know no better.
Remove computers completely, or spend the money and upgrade their technology to prevent these kids from being able to have access to games on their computers.
I think school computers could be done away with because there's clearly always going to be more bad that comes from it than good. Like literally all school computers do is give you Google Docs and fucking IXL. I mean, there is definitely value to being able to write shit on a computer. No matter what restrictions they put on these fucking computers, people will find ways around it. They'll learn how to bypass all of that shit on TikTok in one night because kids are just cunts like that. So if you ask me, schools just shouldn't have computers because holy shit, it leads to shit like 5 Nights at Epstein's.
Granite School District is not the only school district facing this issue.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's fucking everywhere. This is like fucking Clash Royale or Pokemon Go. God, I hated it when I was in school being in a class and, you know, maybe I'm just super lame and gay for actually paying attention, but every time I saw someone reach under their desk with their phone and they open up fucking Clash Royale, I kind of started to understand what Eric and Dylan meant, you know?
Regardless, we are committed to ensuring appropriate internet use in our schools, and we have a variety of safeguards in place.
Those safeguards will never be enough. Literally nothing will ever be enough. I kind of feel like Matt Walsh here. Kids can't have fun. They need to be locked up, but it's true. These fuckers can't be trusted to do normal shit. So like, I mean, there's literally no amount of safeguards in the world to keep these kids on track. So just get rid of the damn computers. All you need is like a 90s computer lab. Bring those back. And then just have all of the computers stuck on like Windows 98 so that just nothing works. And they get like just like a banger experience, you know? You got these giant ass monitors that are like clear and like bubble shaped or some shit. It'd be so sick. So yeah, 5 Nights at Epstein's. It's gonna pass pretty quickly, I think, but these kids will find their way around every single safeguard you do. It's just inevitable. So I mean, schools, the ball's in your court. It's made more nuanced and more weird that it is Epstein. If it was literally anything else, if it was just 5 Nights at Freddy's again, this would be stupid. But it's about Epstein, you know? He's one of the worst people to ever walk on this planet. So like I definitely get the concern from parents, but at the same time, like that woman, they're stupid. But yeah, hello me far into the future when you've forgotten about this. What's it like remembering it? Anyways, yeah, see ya.
Don't go just yet. The funnies are just beginning.